Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Treant Protector.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Crystal
Reserve
Maiden.
time. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Ursa Warrior.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Ogre Magi!
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Bang.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve.
I speak for the trees.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
In the
Reserve
spirit.
time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Timber saw!
Dire team pick.
Outworld Devourer.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Couple minutes needed. I stand King the God. And I guess NA becoming, maybe more so than ever, dare I say, one of the more exciting regions recently. We've got a really solid top 5 now with ISGG, Thunderbirds, Plexity, NP, and DC. Be very interesting going. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good, man. And 7 p.m. EST tomorrow, guys. Grand final NP of this matchup. Exciting one. NP handled by DC today in a Summit 7. So kind of the first hiccup in their honeymoon phase thus far. They've been doing very well since Vata joined. Now we went back to Sport, EE back. Cloud9. Ready to get underway here. we start the charge. 5-man smoke and Francis Lee up down towards the towards the bottom lane. On the tree end. Touched upon. Saxa the opposite movement. Way towards top. Staying may be able to spot him out here. Cover smoke. All the warding missions successful so far. Bottom. Saxa does get spotted, but Sedan King that it's on.
Come!
30 seconds to battle.
Then again, I mean, until Timbersaw is at least a level in chain or so, it's very hard for him to net a kill. He has nothing to cancel teleport, so it feels like both heroes farm that lane. But I do agree that the aggressive try certainly looks like a scary one. Resolution is able to pick up the boundary, and the Ignite should keep Yawar back. But it looks like they are going to consider this aggressive try lane. There is a dire lane ward down, though. Nothing really to kill trees off in this lane, so Francis Lee should have a good time. While Moon bottom lane, one hero that can kind of get rid of allies, is going to be able to pull the wave away from Snake King, who is going to have his 1v1 matchup. Top lane Sox taking some damage there. Or looking to back off Resolution. Misery quite a ways away from the lane at the moment, jungling away, as Crystal Maiden intend to do. See how well this goes for the IsGG side. Stan King attempting a pull, does get hit by the right click, so he will be able to pull that back. That's very important to this early aggressive lane. Really do need to get a little bit of an extra boost in experience, having 3 heroes in such close quarters. Sentry, yeah, is gonna catch him, and Blade Fury will finish him off. First blood gonna help Resolution in the way of maybe picking up some regen to supplement for what he had lost. He is gonna get a magic stick as well as a set of boots for himself. Mid lane in the meantime, CCNC doing very admirably up against the 1v1 of the OD, excuse me, actually winning the CS war fairly substantially. Radiant haven't given up on this aggressive try just yet. Often we see these disperse quickly if not successful. But they will Sentry to give Lee a bit more safety.
Pull roots and run!
Still not ideal to be out of regen at this point. Meanwhile, Misery top lane does end up going down to the, as he was committing a pull, it seemed. Combination of, and Yawar, he's gained enough CS in this relative to a couple of minutes. But Moon doing well bottom. Misery making a rotation down, and this is not what Snake King's expecting at this point. There's the Crystal Maiden to walk bottom. Misery though thinks twice as he backs into the fog and actually gets the ward down north of the tree. We'll just hang around bottom lane. Snake King, though, fortunately for him, is going to back all the way base and do that walk of shame. Misery playing over near the side shot. So for now, Thunderbirds are going to be a bit greedy and just leave it on Rezo and Saxa to get as much as they can out of this top lane. And it looks like, you know, for the most part, they should be able to at least get some experience. Moon is winning his lane thus far bottom. He's about to hit that level 5 mark, making a little bit behind. But still, as we mentioned earlier, both these heroes are going to get farm out of this lane. Who's able to contribute more to their team's cause thereafter. CC&C make it down towards the bottom shrine. Had to use that up. Make his way back to lane, as with a couple more levels, Wee has now taken command. Yeah. Top lane, TP in. Moon gonna come in, and the Blade Fury is there onto Yawar. They will try to sleep him defensively. The Sprout gonna keep him safe for a second. He looks to turn and fight into Rezo with the Brain Sap and Magic Stick charges. He needs another couple right clicks, but will end up ticking out. Now Sand King in trouble. Moon, he right clicks pretty heavily here, and maybe just a little bit underestimated, as this aggressive tri-lane will be thwarted, and heavily, as Moon makes his first rotation up to top with 5 levels under his belt and that set of phase boots. Mentioned right clicking with force actually does get his TP canceled by the bash, and that's gonna hurt. Cost him a bit of time. Meanwhile, Snaking rotating up, doesn't have the chakram yet though. One more chain, however, the Sprout in bay, and Moon will make it away. So Snaking's rotation, I don't say all for naught at this point, because they are gonna choose to disperse the lane and give Yawar some time to farm, but unable to net the kill. Mango popped up there by Snaking, and Misery perhaps in a little bit of trouble. Gonna make his way through the trees here. Brian Garama, and he will be successful. Played by the Thunderbirds captain. Are trying to get to work bottom lane. Has had, you know, a rough early start. Still though, Rezo, you know, relatively not much. Now Moon makes his way down towards bottom, where he'll give Yawar a good run for his money.
Never refuse gold given.
Going for the stayability build with the 3 points in the essence shift. Getting greedy. Green orb, or even extra astral for the range. Misery gets the frostbite off bottom, but CC&C's rotated in, and they will find this kill here. Ember Spirit gonna get the some much needed gold and experience. Way toward definitely something that the Ember absolutely feasts on and relies on to some extent. I mean, Flame Guard, a pretty good tool for farming up creeps, especially if you got a Veil, but it's a hero that certainly wants to snowball towards that kind of 12-minute mark. So he's going to get a good start here. Sub 10 minutes finds his first.
The seeds of fortune.
You know, generally support kills relatively inconsequential, but Misery did spend some time farming, so not a bad kill to net at all. Lee top lane, not in range of Rezo with the phase boots. Meanwhile, TP inbound, top lane as well. Moon jumps forward, and they're going to look to bring down the Treant, who does get off into the Nature's Guys, and even dusted up. He's too fast for them to bring down. Moon is forced to TP out by Snaking. They will end up killing off the tree, but they do force the Nature's Prophet out of the lane. Snaking still pressing forward, has 7 stick charges. No Soul Ring for 8 seconds, though, so it's going to be difficult to kill off Misery, and he will not prevail in that attempt. So just the Treant kill overall. Pretty big rotation, but CC&C, I mean, he's not pushing your tower mid. Your War's not pushing your bottom, so really no trades found elsewhere for the side of is GG.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. He assumes the top spot on the net worth, and Nature's Prophet is certainly a hero the Ember Spirit can kill off. Saves his chains. While top lane, Snaking going, finding the Crystal Maiden. Wee's made his rotation over, thinking just with enough mana. Chain out. And we safety of the tree. CCNC is going to walk back over towards mid where Rezo resides. Rezo does have the spin as well as Omni, so difficult kill, but he's going to pop the DD. It'll just back off the Juggernaut. While top lane, Nightmare goes out onto Wee. We'll get the Chakram off on it, and the pure damage from the Brain Sap is there as well. Imprison is there, though. He turns onto Flea, gets the kill. Snaking now going to come out with the Chakram there. Going to put some damage into Moon. They will be able to surround Stan King with the Treants and the Sanity's Eclipse. Double kill for Wee. And Timbersaw hanging around a little bit too long. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Misery is going to get killed off by Yawar. But still across the map, very good trade for Thunderbird side. CCNC went down mid lane as well. Resolution able to utilize that Omni Slash and bait in the Ember. So a huge win across the map, especially with potentially this tier 1 tower. But at least setting up, gets the bash off. Chakram is there as well. Chain through, pull, Whirling Death is there. They do get the last hit on the tower using Moon. Brain Sap will bring down the OD, however, and they'll sleep up the Ogre. Moon will look to TP out. He'll be successful in doing so. CCNC will come to clean up the mess. Gets himself a kill on the Ogre. Still, though, overall, Thunderbirds don't seem too displeased. If they were able to get the OD out there, they would have been in a much better situation. And meanwhile, Yawar, yeah, trapped up bottom. Moon has been immaculate with his tree positioning in this game. Much like his cogs of the last series. Thunderbirds finding trades all over the map. He'll get to work on this bottom lane. Healing Ward up for another 15 seconds, so should be more than enough time. Francis Lee still lacking that pivotal overgrowth here. And Moon will give them a lot of vision by taking out Breeze south of the tower. Snaking top lane. Saksa doesn't get in range for the Fire Blast. And King could be in trouble. He gets the grip off. Chakram is there. And they can't cancel it because it's from the tree line, but we'll finally be able to do so with Saksa. They still get the OD in time. Snaking likely will lose his life for this and does. Stan King goes to the TP out. Second Fire Blast is there. And they'll kill him off. While bottom lane, Misery TPing out. Okay, Stan King almost makes it out, but the right clicking. Yawar unable to take out Resolution bottom. So they do get the OD first, but they lose Snaking and Stan King.
The swift, the sports.
Top lane. Now Resolution. Hitting down south. TP coming in as well. CCNC. Oh, Omnislash just the one jump. CCNC makes it back to safety. And a bit of an optimistic attempt from Rezo, but if it nets him a kill, it is a big one. As Resolution and Wee beginning to assume the top spots on net worth and looking to widen the gap from Yawar and CCNC. Yawar still 250 gold from his Blink Dagger.
I'll take that as tribute. The seeds of fortune.
Yeah. Yawar finally does pick up the Blink. Perhaps this will allow him to get in tandem with CCNC and try and make some plays to allow them to roll a little bit better. But Thunderbirds realizing their strength right now. And they are going to queue up the charge. 3-man Smoke, Misery, Saksa, and Wee. Tene's Eclipse is available. Midi does not have the Freezing Field, but will ding 7 shortly, so can put up if need be. Wrapping around top lane, Rezo serving as bait. They haven't seen anyone just yet, and now Rezo, he could be in trouble. He's actually spinning down towards the south, and maybe they don't expect this. Nature's Wrath comes through, does a lot of damage. Early Sanity's Eclipse, but it hits everyone. Resolution with the Healing Ward, able to make it out. Freezing Field is there. Yawar in trouble. He's sprouted up. And Thunderbirds outmaneuvering is GG, baiting them into a fight with Rezo. And Rezo will even get his mana pool healed up here from the Essence Aura, just as an added bonus. Now Snaking mid lane's gonna get sprouted up. Oh, blocks the chain. Good timing for Moon. And the Nova's there as well. He's not imprisoned though, and will be able to make it back and away. So we pulls the trigger on the hammer early, but not only does it do damage, even though it's not lethal damage, it's going to be burning the mana of all the enemy. Paying dividends in that fight. Well played from Thunderbirds. Yeah. More fun than a good Nature's Prophet game. Everywhere on the map at any time. As Nature's Prophets tend to do, really racking up the farm. Gonna even accelerate that further with the Maelstrom pickup on top of the Midas. Yeah, Resolution, he's recovered from, you know, rough beginnings in that top lane. Does have the Yasha, but more importantly than that, just sitting second overall in net worth. And maybe more so than the farm of Wii and Resolution, a lack of farm of Yawar and CCNC at this point, considering, you know, the nature of their heroes and where you would want them to be. Just sitting on the Blade Mail for CCNC, Yawar only with the Blink. Very difficult without, you know, CNC by his side to lock anyone down. And with the Imprison, if you're able to just astral the target they go on, that's most of their fight taken away. They really need to get down that first target, and quickly with the Ursa. Where this OD pick working out thus far for Thunderbirds. So, and Arcane Rune picked up by Wii now, and they'll perhaps just continue to push in towards this mid lane. They're a little bit spread out for T-Birds. Resolution playing safe, so kind of the lack of awareness of the entire enemy lineup. Wii playing pretty safe as well in towards the mid lane. Moon does complete up his Maelstrom here. Thunderbirds look for them to get ready to fight again relatively soon. They are only a couple hundred gold a recipe away from the Manta for Rezo, so very hard to kill him off. We has the Midas ticking away, so should be able to get that Hurricane Pike up and running relatively soon. Top lane, Yawar get himself a tower here, it seems, but there are TPs inbound. He may just pay with his life for this. 1 second until Blink doesn't get it off. They will be able to stun him up. He's going to turn. Freezing Field is there. Actually ends up TPing away. Heads up play by Yawar. Yeah, has this Fire Blast coming out a bit early there. Perhaps did feel like they needed the Fire Blast to keep him there, but either way, he ends up TPing out. CCNC gonna have to remnant out of bot lane, putting some damage into him. That'll be all she wrote for those micro skirmishes across the map. 2,000 gold in the pockets of Wii. We'll see what route he opts to go for. Has the Hurricane Pike queued up. Now in mid lane, Moon gonna jump forward with Resolution. They have the healing ward up. CCNC goes for the slight chains. Wii not able to get in range. To put some right clicks into the Ember. Living Armor is there, but Resolution feeling very safe with his spin ready and waiting. He's going to get Nightmared up. Still though, Nature's Prophet into the tower he goes. Saxa and Misery bodying away the enemy. And spin away. T-Bird's going to look to make the extraction. They do get the jump forward, but dodge on the Timber combo from Wii. Now Yawar trying to go in. Unable to do so. Nature's Wrath is there. The Crystal Nova keeping them down. The Sanity's Eclipse on the north side brings down the Timber. CCNC forced to Remnant away. One more right click will kill him off. He needs to Remnant down to the low ground, but he's unable to do so. And Rezo finishes him off. Ignite now into Yawar. And they do find Moon with the Grit. Looks like they maybe will get the Nature's Prophet, but they cancel it with Misery. Freezing Field is there. It's going to be canceled immediately by the Overgrowth, but OD chasing in. Misses uphill on Francis Lee. And that'll be all she wrote for that engagement. Still, though, they overall 2-0. Thunderbirds losing nothing but a few cooldowns there. And they do get that tier 1 in the mid lane. And now they're looking at Roche. Feels like this OD was just a perfect solution in that 5th slot for Thunderbirds. They don't really have much of a way to deal with the Imprisoned. The Ursa has yet to do anything of consequence in fights. Healing Ward, a couple of disables, you know, available to the Ogre and the CM, and the Imprisoned as well. It's just easy to kite him around. Now they have the Aegis on the OD. Resolution, he's got the medallion behind him with Saxa. Bloodlust at work here on these 2 cores. They'll just be able to take out this tier 2.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
This'll come in handy.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Does end up making it up. Can kind of provide vision for his other heroes with the Shadow Blade. Maybe just allows him to escape as well. But yeah, it definitely feels like they're super strong as a 5-man. If we go something like Mech or even Orchid here, that's kind of feels like game ending. Either way.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And you aren't snaking. They'll be able to get their team small prize in this tier 2 top lane. Hurricane Pike completed up now for Wii, and he's gonna. While mid lane shoving in with the Manta Illusion. Wii showing top lane. Everyone from his GG turn tail and run. Bottom lane, Rezo. It's his way out. Be stalked by the Treant. No sentries down.
Middle tower is under attack.
Area.
Dire's top tower is under
Gem
attack.
either. Misery 25 gold away from his any sort of support items. Top lane, snaking behind him, but no one else in tow from. Really needs, feels not only the BKB to allow him to walk freely, but something like a Basher or a Abyss down, or any of his targets down. Still feels aeons away for him. Now, with the Bloodlust, Rezo and Wii gonna get to work on second to last outer tier tower for the Radiant side. They'll take it without contest. Meanwhile, mid lane, Saxa could be in a little bit of trouble. CCND though gonna look to take mid lane out. A Bloodlust up the tower, and looks like Yawar made at his first kill on the Ogre. Meanwhile, though, bottom lane, they do get the Treant and the tier 2. Still, though, any trade that goes roughly even across the map, you're going to be happy with this. Especially considering Aegis is on Wii person. Yep. Snaking. And that is a... There was no second thoughts in his mind about that suicide attempt. He will... got a first purchase and then died. Great. the Bloodstone. Either way, better than giving the kill over. Just very difficult for them to push these lanes out. Stan King is probably dead before he even knows it. Hurricane Pike available. Oh, doesn't quite get Wii to the high ground. While Moon, though, one right click out of Shadow Blade.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Gold and sweet.
Going to be doing a lot of damage from the back lines. Can just throw that static charge on that Juggernaut as well. Allow him to siege, allow him to run into the fight. That's done a great job of finding farm. Flea, though, very near to his Blink Dagger on the, if he opts for that. Looking like a Solar Crush right now, but saving the gold. Could be a really nice tool for them to have to help enable Yawar, who really hasn't been able to right-click a single target. Goes for it again, and there it is, Force Staff out from Wii. Thunderbird's patient here. Still at least 2 minutes until the next Roche. Smoke gonna come out from the ISGG side. Mid lane is shoving in, however. Snaking gonna reveal. Shove that out. Meanwhile, top lane. Scouted here by the sentry. Our side. Bot lane move. Thing as a Prophet does pick up the Silver Edge. Going to be really nice against the Microsofts. Dire Scan looking for anyone nearby with this tree. They do have sentry. Out towards well, just misses catching him. You make it down to the south, but more than likely will mean that his tier 2 is going to drop here. Blink Dagger picked up by Rezo. He's looking to find the tree, but he'll just get busted up. Okay, best item in Dota other than Solar Crest. I don't know how that helps you here, but relying on high ground, they have an Ember Spirit, a Timber Saw, and an Overgrowth. So, you know, if they make a miraculous high ground attempt, maybe that allows them to. Still feels like Blink real good for that high ground defense. Pending.
Behold, a subtle burn.
Looks like a patient game from Thunderbirds. Probably just wait out the next Roche. They feel that they have immaculate map control at this point. They have 2 deep wards down to kind of see the movements out of base. The cover of Invis. Better not hope a sentry gets dropped. As it does, makes it down to the south. Still no tier 3s taken, so shrines are safe for the time being, and that means ISGG can contest Roche if they're weary of the attempt.
Selfish.
Astral first does have the BKB. Any way to cancel this? Not the ideal way to use that first charge. Rezo, meanwhile, in the bottom lane, be able to blink himself in freeze and safety. Making has an idea of where he is. Off solo does have the Silver Edge though. Prophet E here. And Roche finally spawned.
Double damage.
Yeah, the last piece of the puzzle for T-Birds and their lineup. They'll take this with ease. Wii it goes. Got the residual duration of a double damage rune. Well, amazing on D. Has the blink and the pike, Aegis as well, so can't just jump in like that. steal himself a little bit of int, if nothing else. Still Mooney. Probably the most important point. Has a couple of a volley of arcane orbs thrown from the low ground. 28 int already on Wii before this battle even begins. Making a jump forward, and it will nightmare up Rezo. And he'll have that cancelled from the backlines. Bloodlusted up with the shine on from the Solar Crest. Gonna get to work. We'll get the spin off. Yawar is gonna be forced to pop the Enrage to purge the Frostbite. Now jump forward with the Hurricane Pike. Blade Mail doing some work into Wii. And the grip comes out, but the immediate cancel with the Astral Imprisonment. Yawar, though, jumps forward. With the BKB, he is going to find Misery. Now the Nightmare is out onto the Outworld Devourer, who does have Aegis. Tons of int stolen, though. May want to use this before he goes down. Does not end up doing it. Do they look to re-engage here? Jumping forward is Wii. Couple of right clicks. Timber has the BKB active, but still ends up... Oh, Omni Slash gonna jump forward. Does kill off Stan King. At least. Light Chains onto Saxa, gonna bring him low. He's gonna drop to the Remnant. And Miraculous base defense for now. Successful. Still, though, no cores dying on Thunderbird's side. Aegis and 2 supports are the spoils for the Radiant. 1,000 net gold, about 1,500 experience. You are finally able to right click a little bit in that one. They even had the grip canceled immediately. Nice overgrowth though. With the Basher, it's like this Midas paying dividends for Yawar. He's almost at parity with the OD's network. Speaking of that OD, bot lane. Again, we stagnate back to farming. 20,000 net worth lead for Thunderbird's side. Still not entirely with the confidence to break high ground here. Almost at a hex. It'll be really nice against the end. Jug. Speaking of the MP, though, he's nearing a hex. Buy it up. Creep camper. Selling the 3 charges, though. We'll just wait out the bounty runes. Smoke from Saxa and Rezo. We as well involved in it, and they're gonna beeline towards bottom lane, where Snake King is gonna chain his way back to safety. So Thunderbird's yet to find an opening, but they do have a Silver Edge Hex Prophet now. Find himself some opening.
Never refuse gold.
He has any sort of beat on. Jumps in mid lane. Reckless Abandon, not really caring about the impale there. CC&C makes it out. To top lane, however. Does have the Boots of Travel, though. Not necessarily base defense. Blade Mail doing some work for Snake King. He's got the hood as well. Yeah, Wee's going for the Hex, as you mentioned, rather than AKB against Blade Mails, CC&C. Making, either way. Blink Hex and Shadowblade Hex. You get at least one of those cores in the Ember and the Timber, and that's boding very well for you in the fight. Flea gonna scout out Rezo briefly bottom lane. Who's looking for Stan King, gets the Omni off. Nightmare will be there.
Never will you see my face.
Dire's
That is a
bottom
big
tower
kill,
is
much
under
bigger than the
attack.
one Resolution and Eddie.
Radiant's middle tower is under
So his
attack.
TP back up, and immediately to the mid lane they go. CCNC forced to buy back. They'll pop the drum charge, and Glyph will be expended here. As Rezo makes his way in towards mid, he's got the Solar Crest behind him, as well as the Bloodlust. Jump forward with the Hex from Wii. They are going to find one, and that's going to be the Timbersaw Snake King. Kind of the only frontliner now dead here for ISGG. You are in trouble. They've got the Hurricane Pike as well. Wii sitting on 32 int. CCNC tries to pop the Blade Mail. Both shrines simultaneously popped in the mid lane, and now Wii down to the bottom lane. Forces the BKB out from Yawar. Will force himself back. Oh, Blink forward though with the chains. The self-defensive Astral, and now Yawar in trouble with the Manta. They bring him down. CCNC tries to Remnant forward. Cannot kill off the OD, and GG is called. And as has been the theme of the day, sub 40 minutes. Thunderbirds able to attain victory here. Do you feel like it's a bit of a draft limitation, or did the lanes just go too poorly? Where does GG go from here?